Welcome to the MasterMind Library, the home of the MasterMind Book Club on FHTII.com. I'm Ferdinand, the bringer of balance, leader of many disciplines, and your host. And we've been reading the Enuma Elish for about 4 or 5 days now. And we're about to dive into tablet number 5. So just to give a recap for those who they may have forgot a little bit over the weekend. And shout out to all the people who have birthdays. All right, happy birthday to everybody out there. We've been talking about Tiamat, Kingu, Nidamat, Nudamat, Marduk. We've been going into a war that's been happening, right, between this family, this Anunnaki family, in the Epic of Gilgamesh. All right, so we're about to start Tablet 5 right now. All right, y'all dive in with me. If y'all got the Enuma Elish, pull it out. If not, I got the virtual book right here on the screen, and you can follow along. So I'm going to go ahead and move to Tablet 5, and we're going to get started. Tablet 4. All right, where's Tablet? There it is. Tablet 5. All right. He fashioned stands for the great gods. As for the stars, he set up constellations corresponding to them. He designated the year and marked out its divisions, apportioned 3 stars each to the 12 months. When he had made plans of the days of the year, he founded the stand of Nibiru to mark out their courses, so that none of them could go wrong or stray. He fixed the stand of Ilil and Ea together with it, opened up gates in both ribs, made strong bolts to left and right, with her liver he located the heights. He made the crescent moon appear, entrusted night, and designated it to jewel of night to mark out the days. Go forth every month without fail in a corona. At the beginning of the month, to glow over the land. You shine with horns to mark out 6 days. On the 7th day, the crown is half. The 15th day shall always be the midpoint, the half of each month. When Shamash looks at you from the horizon, gradually shed your visibility and begin to wane. Always bring the day of disappearance close to the path of Shamash. And on the 30th day, the year is always equalized. For Shamash is responsible for the year. A sign shall appear, sweep along its path, then always approach the blank and judge the case, the bow star to kill and rob. At the New Year's festival, year, May, the bolt of the exit from the days, the watches of night and day, the spittle of Tiamat, Marduk, he put into groups and made clouds scud, raising winds, making rain, making fog billow. By collecting her poison, he assigned for himself and let his own hand control it. He placed her head, heaped up, opened up springs, water gushed out. He opened the Euphrates and the Tigris from her eyes, closed her nostrils. He piled up clear-cut mountains from her udder, bored water holes to drain off the catchwater. He laid her tail across, tied it fast as the cosmic bond, and the Abzu beneath his feet. He set her thigh to make fast the sky. With half of her he made a roof. He fixed the earth. He, the work, made the insides of Tiamat surge, spread his net, made it extend completely. He, heaven and earth, their knots to coil. When he had designed his cult, created its rites, he threw down the reins, made Ea take them. The tablet of destinies, which Kingu had appropriated, he fetched and took it and presented it for a first reading to Anu. The gods of battle, whom he had ensnared, were disentangled. He led them as captives into the presence of his fathers. And as for the 11 creatures that Tiamat had created, he blank smashed their weapons, tied them at his feet, made images of them, and had them set up at the door of Abzu. Let them be a sign that will never in future be forgotten. The gods looked, and their hearts were full of joy at him. Lamu and Lahamu and all his fathers embraced him, and Anshar, the king, proclaimed that there should be a reception for him. Anu, Enlil, and Ea each presented him with gifts. Damkina, his mother, exclaimed with joy at him. She made him beam inside his fine house. Marduk, appointed Usmu, who had brought his greetings present as good news, to be vizier of the Absu, to take care of shrines. The Ijiji assembled, and all of them did obeisance to him. The Anunnaki, each and every one, kissed his feet. The whole assembly collected together to prostrate themselves. They stood, they bowed. Yes, king indeed. His fathers took their feel of his manliness. They took off his clothes, which were enveloped in the dust of combat. The gods were attentive to him. With cypress, they sprinkled his body. He put on a princely garment, a royal aura, a splendid crown. He took up a mace and grasped it in his hand, his left hand. He set a Mushushu dragon at his feet, placed upon, slung the staff of peace and obedience at his side, when the mantle of radiance and his net was holding, fearful Abzu, a bull, in the inner chamber of his throne, in his cellar, the gods, all that existed, Lamu and Lahamu, made their voices heard and spoke to the Ijiji. Previously, Marduk was just our beloved son, but now he is your king. Take heed of his command. Next, they spoke and proclaimed in unison, Lugal, Dimmer, Ankia is his name. Trust in him. When they gave kingship to Marduk, they spoke an oration for him, for blessing and obedience. Henceforth you shall be the provider of shrines for us. Whatever you command, we shall perform ourselves. Marduk made his voice heard and spoke, addressed his words to the gods, his fathers. Over the Abzu, the sea green dwelling, in front of Ishara, which I created for you, where I strengthened the ground beneath it for a shrine. I shall make a house to be a luxurious dwelling for myself, and shall found his cult center within it. And I shall establish my private quarters and confirm my kingship. Whenever you come up from the Abzu for an assembly, your night's resting place shall be in it, receiving you all. Whenever you come down from the sky for an assembly, your night's resting place shall be in it, receiving you all. I hereby name it Babylon, home of the great gods. We shall make it the center of religion. The gods, his fathers, listen to this command of his. Who has your more than you by yourself have created? Who has blank your blank more earth than you by yourself have created? Babylon, whose name you have just pronounced. Found there our night's resting place forever. Let them bring our regular offerings. Whatever our work that we blank Their blank, his toil blank, they received, they rejoiced. The gods blank them. Who knows blank them light. He made his voice heard, his command. And then these sections are all blanked out. They did obeisance to him, and the gods spoke to him. They addressed their Lord Lugal Dimmer and Kia. Previously, the Lord was our beloved Son, but now he is our King. We shall take heed of his command. Blank gave long life, blank, blank, the mantle of radiance, the mace and staff, all the lore of sages. When Marduk heard the speech of the gods, colophon, fifth tablet, when skies above, palace of Assurbanipal,